Welcome back everyone. The Xbox Series S and the Series X both just came out, and I want to go ahead and do the same videos that I do on iOS and iPhones and Androids, basically to the Microsoft and to the whole entire gaming console library as well. And I want to just give you a couple of reasons as to why the Xbox One X may be a better deal or a better option for you than the Xbox Series S currently. And some of these are kind of like a given. Now, I will tell you, if you have all the money in the world and if you are able to find an Xbox Series S for sale somewhere, then by all means go for it. I'm not trying to tell you the Series S is worse, whatever, but there are some areas where the One X kind of shines better than the Series S. And the very first thing is the price tag of the One X. That console does not cost the same as the Series S. Now, granted, the Series S is $299 and it's still not even that expensive, but I've seen a ton of One X's for sale in a lot of different areas, Craigslist, eBay, Facebook Marketplace, a ton of those areas, for around that $200 mark. So even though it's not significantly cheaper, it's not like it's $90 or something, but if you haggle enough, you may be able to get it even cheaper than that $200 mark. And once the Series S and Series X kind of become norm and more available in more places, you'll basically find that the One X will also get cheaper in the used market, which is going to be huge. I've seen a lot of One S's for sale around that $100, $150 mark. So I wouldn't be surprised if the One X would even go down to that specific price tag once there's more Series S's and Series X's for sale. Now, the second thing, which is something that's very interesting to me, that was a cool feature for the One X that the Series S and the Series X don't have, and that is the dual HDMI ports on the back of the One X. We don't have that capability on the Series S anymore, and I find that very interesting. For one, that was a really cool feature for the One X. The One S also had it, but the fact that they removed it on the Series S is very weird, and basically what a lot of people use that for is to kind of free up an HDMI port on their TV, on their monitor, or whatever. You can basically output whatever you had connected to the HDMI port through the Xbox and put it on the monitor. I've seen a lot of people connect their Nintendo Switch from a dock, plug it to the Xbox, and be able to output it from your Xbox to your monitor. And I feel like that's something that's very, very cool. And maybe Microsoft and Xbox, they didn't want to do that anymore for some reason. I don't really know why. But that is something that was really awesome in my opinion. And they removed it with the Series S. So there's only one HDMI port on the back. You may be able to get a splitter or an accessory in the future, but that native feature is not built into the Xbox Series S anymore. And we had that on the One X. Now, the other thing, which is pretty interesting, there's more RAM on the One X than the Series S. And I don't know if that's going to be too big of a deal to you, but that was something that was very, very surprising to me. When I saw that and I heard about it, that was something I'm like, really? That's something that's very, very surprising to me. The Series S has 10 gigabytes of RAM, which is still a lot, but the One X actually has 12 gigabytes of RAM. And if you're having a lot of, games in the background and you're multitasking a lot and you don't want a lot of apps to be closed out in the background and stuff, then maybe going for that One X may be a better deal to some people. Again, I'm not going to sit here and say it's the best option for everyone, but that is very interesting that Microsoft put less RAM on the Series S than they had on the One X. And I think the main reason for this is because they still want people buying the One X if they have the capability of doing so. So I can't really blame them for doing that, but it's still very interesting that they did that for sure. So the fourth thing or third thing, I don't remember where I'm at, the disc slot is not there on the Series S. And that's a huge, not problem for me, but I mentioned this in my other comparison that I did between these consoles. That is something that was kind of like just a given that every console is going to have. The Series X also had it, but the Series S does not have that disc slot. And that might be a big deal to you. In my opinion, if I had a lot of games that I had for my One X and I wanted to transition to the Series S, that would honestly be a deal breaker. I would have to go for the Series X in order to, play those games. So I would have to do that. I don't know if there's an external disc slot or disc drive that you can buy for the Series S, but natively, like I said, you do not have a disc slot on there. So you can still do Blu-ray, you can still do all that stuff on the One X, but you do not have that disc slot on the Series S, which is pretty crazy in my opinion. Now, the last thing, which I kind of hinted at earlier on, and that's the availability of the Xbox Series S. You can go to a lot of places still and pick up an Xbox One X in the brand new market, but there's a ton scattered around in the used market as well. So if you're somebody who wants to just buy a console right now, you will have a way higher chance of picking up an Xbox One X than you will picking up an Xbox Series S. So if that's something that's huge to you or something, then for sure get the Xbox One X. But if you don't mind waiting, the Series S is probably, a really good way to go too. So that really pretty much covers it up for the most part. Those are some reasons, like I said, if you have all the money in the world and if you can find a Series S, then by all means go for it. But I would probably rather pick up a Series X than a Series S in my opinion. But that really pretty much covers it up. If you guys have any other questions or anything, let me know in the comment section as well. Hit the like button, that would mean so much, but definitely hit that subscribe button. Every single subscriber that we get really does count, so it means so much if you guys could hit that. Also check out the other links down in the description as well. My Twitter, my Instagram, my other channels. More importantly than everything else, I love every single one of you guys. Hopefully I'll catch you guys in the next video. Peace out till then.